run it back.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Where's down? Hand me. You ready? We own it. We own it! Watch twitch! Watch the twitch! Sponge! No! Express! No! Off! Shit! Express! Check 52's the mic!
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And some room to run now. The 20. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 16-yard line. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Kill. Check hot route. Hot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a very short kick, taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check out Lee. Watch safety green. Leo.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Danny. Switch. Go out. Slam. Hey, orbit. Kill. Turn up. Secret.
The third year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down, Los Angeles.
Ready. Check mark 54. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Alpha. Go. He's checking. Crash. Check safety. Showing it. Slam. Gone. Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The throw complete here to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Into the red zone. It's Carr. It's complete to Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the eye.
We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. Hatchet. Begin.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
No gain on the play there, second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To throw on third down. Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's go, baby.
Got it. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on. SOS.
Check 26. Check 26.
You draw quarters. Hey, Zoo.
On first down, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Look at me. Go.
Check 99. Check 99. Check.
Leo.
On 2nd down, Eckler pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
90 Wolf. I'm trying to collect.
Check. Fresh down.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
54 Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
From the gun on third down, Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
And the Chargers first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, Sam off.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft. Check, check. Watch me before. I'm scared. Check, check. Lucky. Go on. Crunch. Defense.
On third down, this is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down.
The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Get him.
On 4th down, Herbert, and Allen's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
And the Chargers first down.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 26-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense. Greystone, Travis. Go. Check. Watch twist.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Check. Watch me before. I hope you brought your lunch, because I'm about to take you to school. Five. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen. Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. We got top one. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. You go tight. You got tight. You got.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 39-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't going nowhere. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Express. Easy. Kill. Mike 52. Wild Bill. He's coming.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
You ain't got nothing. 618. Express. Get down. That's up.
Carr now on first down. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Switch.
To throw again. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta. Express.
Carr to throw again. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
80 weapon. Under 10. Now. Check 3. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Get it.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check girls.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Here's Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On the
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Hey, box truck.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54.
Operating from the gun. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
93. Mike 56.
General West.
Once again, it's Jacobs. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Slam. Kill.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Ryan Allen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Check three. Check three. Check three.
Hey, nice 7.
He's checking. He's checking.
Look at me. Score. Shoot.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, it's Williams. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man, it's Allen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
54. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 13. Check 13.
Get it.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Bring it. X3. 218. Chop it.
Check 24. Watch 24. Hatchet. He got it.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
You got it. You got it. Got it.
Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check.
Hey, lock it. Switch fire.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Jackson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here is Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Strip the ball.
Now Eckler. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Check 26, rock it. Ready.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From From the 40 now on second down. Carr looking deep downfield. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Watch the air. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Flushed out right. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 4-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's Eckler again. Able to spin free. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Here we go, here we go. Leo, 90 Wolf. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch 54. Defense wins championships.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for our visitors, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll get a chance to redeem